What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Do you want to be able to make 30% profits in just 8 minutes? That's what this supernova alert by Tim Sykes did last year. I want to go through the service called Tim Sykes Supernova and show you some of the results and explain a little bit about what it is and how I've used it over the last year. So my friend and I, Jesse, have actually just finished another course. If you're watching this after a few days, once this is published, you should be able to find a link to the course in the description below. We go through all these different alert services and the tools that we use to scalp stock alert services like the Motley Fool and Supernova and Fast 5 by Cal Dennis things. We go through the whole thing and show you exactly how you can make thousands of dollars with a decent size account within minutes scalping these types of services. Anyway, enough of a plug for the course. Let's get into Tim Sykes Supernovas. So, for you guys that haven't heard of Tim Sykes, I don't know how you could possibly not have, but if you haven't, he is one of the most famous trading gurus ever around. He's been around for 20 years, probably 15, something like that. This is him. He is notorious for turning 12,000 into 7 million trading stocks over the last 10, 15 years. He started with his bar mitzvah money and basically became a millionaire by the time he was in college. So from the age of, I think, 14 or something to 21, something like that. And he is notorious. Some people love him, some people hate him. A lot of his marketing is really flashy, like some of these pictures, this kind of thing, with Lambos and stuff in there. Notorious for his orange Lamborghini. But nevertheless, his service, Tim Sykes Supernova, is actually a fantastic resource if you trade it properly. So that's what I want to talk a little bit about today is the service itself. So basically you get a text message and an email once a week. It can come in at any time, so you got to be ready if you want to play the supernovas this way. You got to be ready. You've got to buy as soon as you see it, and sometimes it can come out pre-market, as is the case of SQBG here, which came out pre-market around here. And as soon as the alert came out, around 13:20, Sykes basically caused this massive spike as all the subscribers bought in, which can often help give that stock, which was already in an upward trend, some extra momentum. And sure enough, 8 minutes later, we had a 30% gain right even before the stock opened. And I will take that any day. So this was introduced to me by one of my friends who started to scalp this with about $50,000 per position. So that's 15,000 in profit just from this move here. So once a week, 15 grand or 10 grand or 5 grand within 5 minutes to an hour, like clockwork. So, and they work a lot. Not 100% foolproof, and you've got to be careful. But if you time it properly, you can make some decent money. So here's the trading diary of the friend that I was just telling you about. He has traded about 25 of these different supernova alerts. So here's an example of what you get in the alerts. So obviously this is the time, the ticker, the date. This is my new supernova pick here at 295 as VA research finding their wearable exoskeleton device works. Not out yet, but the press release is on their website. So Sykes actually found the press release for this significant event on their website, and then he alerts the supernova. And this thing just flew. So this is kind of the style of the alerts. Here's some more. So you only get a paragraph, that's all you really need. It's pretty straightforward just to buy these things. Some of his results are shown down here. Let's see. Down. Wow, he put a lot in here. Down. Yeah, so here's another example, BRTXQ, 1:20 p.m. at 0.021. He does do a lot of OTC stocks, by the way, and that is, OTCs are so volatile. When you have all those Tim Sykes subscribers buying in, as well as the underlying thesis, you can get some massive spikes. So this went from 0.021 at 120, and it ran up to 0.028 within 8 minutes, and then continued to run up to 0.033 the next day. So you get this nice upward move. So Sykes coined this phrase supernova, And I thought it was funny in this article, he's like getting mad at people for calling other things supernovas because he's laying claim to the fact that the supernova was his terminology. So thought that was quite funny. So here's another example, WSGF 10:26 a.m. at 0.0124. So 10:26. So like here. And then it ran to 0.0229. Wow. So it almost doubled in a few hours. Isn't that crazy? Tripled. Wow. So these are ones I hadn't played because I wasn't a member of the service yet. But isn't that amazing? You buy in and TimSykes alerts and then just hold it for a little bit and suddenly you're up double your money. And it's not a one-off. They all do this type of thing. Sometimes 5%, sometimes 100%. You just never know. But the success rate, I think my friend who's done it a lot more than me, he's only lost 1 out of 25 last time I talked to him. So it's pretty cool. Um, yeah, so this one. So this is the one he told me about. This is my only loser, yeah. So SNDL, I went in way too big and lost a ton. So you got to keep your position sizes the same, right? So if you're scalping with 50,000, the one time you go to 200,000 for a scalp, you'll take a huge hit and then be put off. So one thing with all these scalping services that I've done, the goal is to always keep the position the same size, right? So you don't fall prey to this. So the OTC stocks that you picked are generally better for this. They, like you said here, they're much easier to manipulate and you can make more money from them a bit more slowly. So there's not that huge panic to get in to get that, small percent gain. But they're pretty safe plays. Some of them are quite risky, but most of them are actually pretty safe. So if you're thinking about this as an idea, maybe you don't have much time to trade and you just have your phone on you, you can just sign up for Tim Sykes Supernova. I'm not affiliated in any way to Sykes, by the way. I think the cost is about 14.99 for a year, which is a bargain if you've got a reasonable sized account, right? If you have 100 grand, you can make that back in one trade pretty quickly. So it's well worth it, in my opinion. So these are just more results, and this is all in the course that we just put together, along with like 20 hours of other scalping strategies. This course is basically one of a kind. It's how to set up your Thinkorswim account and exactly strategies used to scalp stock alert services in particular, using Thinkorswim to get the absolute best bang for your buck, making sure you're doing everything extremely, precisely. So we give things like Supernova's order template, so how exactly to set up your Thinkorswim orders to get the best out of Supernova, and we do tons of different examples as well. So if you're thinking about this course, it'll be in the link below once I get it launched this week. So don't panic if you look down there now and it's not there. If you're watching this video right after it launches, I should have it up by the end of the week so that you guys can sign up. And I'll do some nice launch discount as well on it. So I think it'll be well worth the money. So that's all I have to really say about Tim Sykes Supernova. I think he has a bad reputation from being a scammer almost just because his marketing is so crazy. But if you know how to use the services, you can make a ton of money and really not spend that much time, working on it at all. Just quick buy, market order in, limit order out, and before you know it, you'll be making some money. And it's not an exaggeration. All right. Well, thanks for listening again, guys. And make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm going to keep producing content like this. It's going to be on scalping services, on reviews of different services, and also some other hints and tips and tricks that I use to make money. All right, guys. Until next time, cheers.